Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing some seed planting. We're going to be planting some papaya. Those who don't know what papaya is, it's a tropical fruit. It originated from tropical Americas. It's now found a lot of tropical locations. It's usually a single-stemmed plant with really fun leaves. Here's one that I'll show you. It will get quite large. The leaves will be, I don't know, between a foot or 2 feet across. But they grow fairly quickly. They like nutrient-rich soil, preferably with manure or other organic material. Heavy feeders, obviously with things that grow really quickly, that tends to be the case. Anyway, to start ourselves off, I got some seed starting mix. This one's Miracle Grow, but anything will do, really. When I plant these seeds, I'm not going to be worrying so much about the amount of fertilizer that's in there. Generally, when plants are just starting off, the less fertilizer the better. Just because if you use too much, it will burn the roots. So just let the little guys start off their lives with a kind of a really low fertilizer mix, if there's any in your soil, or none at all. You can add fertilizer after they start growing. So this is my seed starter kit. It's a self-watering seed starter. I find that that's useful in my situation because I don't necessarily have the time to come downstairs and make sure that they're watered every day, or always moist anyway. So here I'm just filling each compartment of my self-watering seed starter with my soil mix, getting rid of any large pieces of sticks or whatever might be in there. Here we go. There we go. We're pretty well filled up. Put the soil mix back down. On this little seed starter thing, they've got a little thing to pat down the soil. So let me just do that. You just make sure that the soil doesn't fall out the bottom when you pick it up, because it is open all the way to the bottom, so that the capillary mat here, this here, will be able to draw the water up and it gets direct contact with the soil. So now we have the seed starter tray filled with soil, all ready to go. Now let's get the papaya seeds. These were harvested from a friend of mine. They had a papaya they bought from the grocery store. They just, they got ready to eat it, and they just scooped out all the seeds, washed them off. You can use the seed directly after you wash it. Otherwise, you can let it dry out. These ones have been dry, mostly from laziness. I haven't had a chance to sow them in the soil, so they were just sitting here waiting. I had them wrapped up in a paper towel so that the moisture wouldn't cause mold to grow. But anyway, these are completely dry at this particular moment. I was doing some reading about growing papayas. I was just researching a little bit, and they suggest that you plant quite a number of seeds together in each pot. They say that you'll find that some of them, well, a number of them won't grow, but the ones that do grow, you're going to find that some are much stronger than others. So what you want to do is you want to plant, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 10 or however many you want to plant in a pot. And when they do start growing, you're going to prick out the strongest. So you want one plant per pot. Otherwise, since they are really heavy feeders, you'll find that they'll all suffer and they won't grow as well as if you just had one per pot. Like I said, this is a generally a single stem plant. Can grow up to 25 feet tall. Here in Canada where I am, it is generally grown as an annual. People will plant it outside in pots, and in the fall we'll just let it die with the frost. Generally they get pretty big in their first year, so and they need quite a bit of high light, that it's just not feasible to bring them inside. So here we are planting these seeds. I'm not even counting them. I'm just filling these holes up with as many as will fit. I'm hopeful that they'll grow. I've never grown these before. I've seen seed packets, and the seed packets are quite expensive, as seed packets go anyway. Usually around $6 or $7 for, I don't know, 10 or 20 seeds. I think that that's a little expensive for something that might not grow, especially if you can buy them at the grocery store for not very much and get to enjoy the fruit as well. And like I showed you, the plate, that was all from just one papaya, so you definitely get a lot of chances for something to grow. Even if one or two grow, that's all I want. They get to be quite large, like I said, so you don't really want 20 or 30. These ones will be grown for friends of mine. Okay, so I think we've got them all in there. Now I'm just going to take some more of the potting mix and just cover over the top here. Make sure they're nice and covered and good contact with the soil. Another thing that seeds don't generally like is air pockets around the new roots. So you just want to make sure that it's nice and firm down. Not pressed down hard, but just so that there's no air pockets in around the seeds. Generally, if there's air pockets, like I said, it'll kill the baby roots, and that's not what you want to have happen. Okay, there we go. I'll just tap this all down. This little seed starter I bought last year, and I think it's fantastic. Like I said, I'm not a big overwaterer, so, and I don't come down to my grow lights very often, a couple of times a week maybe, and if I miss it and I'm too late, the dryness will also kill these little babies. So best to be safe than sorry. Okay, so we've got these all planted. Now all I need to do is add some water to the reservoir. I'll put that in here. Got my watering can. Got Mr. Pig there in the background, my pink watering pig. I'll give the tops of the plants a drink also. Since these were dried seeds, they will plump up with the extra moisture, so I'll do that. This will also help get the extra air pockets out until the capillary mat underneath starts pulling up the water. Alright. Every little compartment is nice and watered. Thanks, Mr. Pig. Alright. Well, these should start growing in about 6 to 8 weeks. We'll come back and revisit this and see how well it did, how many of them took. These seeds weren't very old. I think I've had them sitting here for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I should have relatively good success. It all depends on the fruit that it was taken from as well. This fruit was fairly ripe, so it should mean that the seeds were of better quality. If you were to choose and use an underripe fruit, chances are that the seeds hadn't fully developed. But fingers crossed for this one, and we'll revisit this in another few weeks. Okay, thanks for joining.